Welcome everyone. Children, in this video today we will study about Python fundamentals. Now let's start. Let's see a sentence of English and find punctuator, space and word in this. So see this. Hey, welcome to our class. Here double quotes is a punctuator. After each word we have spaces, and class, are, to, welcome, hey. These are the words. So how have we learned English? First by knowing its alphabets, then framing of words, then framing of sentences. After that, grammatical rules of the language, then punctuation marks and their uses, and framing of paragraphs. So in any language, first we learn their alphabets or their character sets. After that we learn how to join these character sets to make a word, then how to join words to make a sentence, and the grammar rules to make sentences, plus some punctuation marks also. So similar in the case of English. Now we are very much comfortable with English, and we can communicate with others also using English. So language is a medium to communicate, but in order to establish a successful communication, both speaker and listener should know at least one common language. So computer, in case of computer, it should be there. So for interaction with computer, we should know some computer languages, and so many computer languages are there, like C, C++, Java, PHP, Python, Visual Basic. So many languages are there. Since our computer does not understand our languages like Hindi, English, and we are also not very much comfortable in understanding the language of computer, like zeros and ones, means binary language. So to fill this gap, we have a software that is known as language processor, and some computer languages that are known as high level languages. These languages we use to interact with computer, and with the help of language processors, these languages get converted into the computer understandable form. So these high level languages are also known as computer languages, and basically all these high level languages use some English statement, maths operators and digits, and some grammar rules to make a meaningful sentence or statement. So C, C++, Java, Basic, Python, all these are example of some high level languages. So it's a medium to communicate with computer, and the learning of these languages are not very much different from the process of learning English, Hindi or any other language. So let's see what are the different building blocks of Python. That means for learning Python, what are the basic things we should know. So some character sets are there: letters, digits, special symbols, white spaces, and it recognizes all the ASCII values and Unicode character also. This is very good in case of Python. So now let's see what are the different character sets of Python. So these are some alphabets, numbers, some special characters which are given on your keyboard, some spaces like tab key, space bar, these are, and also all the ASCII values you have learnt in your chapter 2 and 3. and Unicode characters also. So these are the character sets. Basically, we can divide character sets into two categories: source character set and execution character set. Source character sets are the simple characters like alphabets, capital alphabets and small alphabets, 0 to 9 digits, and all the special characters are available on our keyboard. In case of execution character sets, these character sets are used to represent some non-printable keys of the keyboard, like /n is used for enter key, /t is used for tab key, which we frequently use in our programming. Now let's see, one more thing is there, that are tokens. So what are tokens? Tokens are some smallest individual unit of a program which cannot be divisible further. So what are these units? Each particular token is for a special purpose whenever we write a computer program. So let's see, this is a program. In this program we have so many symbols, so many words. Now let's see what are these. First is hash. Basically it's a punctuator. Then we have MSG and name. These two are some words used to identify the memory location. So these are the names given to memory location and it is known as identifier. Then we have operator. Equals to sign is an operator. You must have seen in mathematics also. Now hello and Shilpa. These two are the values which we are going to assign inside the memory. So these are constants basically, and constants are also known as literals here. You must have studied variables and constants in mathematics, like we write a equals to 5. So here a is a variable whereas 5 is a constant. One more thing is there, print. Print is a keyword because it is fixed. It is used to display the output on the default output device of our computer, that is monitor. So these are the components of a program, and basically different types of tokens are there, and these tokens are identifiers, literals, then we have keywords, we have operators, and we have punctuators. These are the tokens of Python. Now let's see what are keywords. Basically, keywords are the words which convey some special meaning to the programming language, and these words are reserved by the programming language for a specific purpose. We have to use these words for that purpose only. We cannot use these words for any other purpose, and these are case sensitive basically. So if it is written in small letters, we have to use in small letters only. If it is in capital, then we have to use in capital letter only. If we change the case, in that case it will not work as a keyword. So keep in mind, Python is a case sensitive language. Now let's see the examples of keywords. Input is a keyword, none is another keyword, if is a keyword, then for is a keyword, in is also a keyword, else is a keyword, and print is a keyword. These are some keywords from the language Python. That means these words are used for a specific job. That job is predefined by the programming language Python, and we cannot use these words for any other purpose. Now just leave this here. You can check your progress further. Second is identifiers. Identifier means a name given to some memory location or a part of program which is used to identify that particular memory or the part of program. Just like you all have your names, and you are identified by your names only. If anyone want to call you, then he or she can call your name. So your name is your identifier. Similarly, we have identifiers in Python. Identifiers are the name given to some memory location or some parts of Python program, like variables, objects, classes, functions, lists, and dictionaries. These are some objects used in Python. So whenever we give names to these objects, they are known as identifier. So as we know that all the data, that is input, intermediate results of processing, output, final result of processing need to be stored in any location of memory, that is RAM. And as a programmer, we are unable, if we are unable to find these values, then our program cannot process these values. So what is to be done? We use identifiers to name these locations, and we associate these names to some values, and whenever we want that value, we just call them using the label or reference or the address of the memory. Now using this name, anything can be accessed from memory locations during the program. For example, like this is a program in Python, you can say, or some statements are there. A equals to 10. Here A is the name of the memory and 10 is the value stored inside the that location. If we want to use this value 10, then simply we can refer A. B equals to hello, def my fun. So here A, B and my fun, these three are identifiers. Some rules we have to follow whenever we name the identifiers, so that our program work properly. So just see these rules. First thing, it can be a sequence of letters and digits, but the first letter must be a character or an alphabet or underscore. It should not be a digit. Second thing, lowercase and uppercase letters are different here. Third, we can use 0 to 9 digits here, but it should not be at the first place. Means your identifier should not start with a digit. Here length of identifier is unlimited. An identifier must not be a keyword of Python. We have seen the keyword. We cannot use the keyword as identifier here. And only one special character we can use in case of identifier, that is underscore. No other special character is allowed. So just see the example. Here my file is an identifier. Underscore sub is also a valid identifier. Sum is valid identifier. Z23ABD underscore is also a valid identifier. No, number 1 is identifier, num1 is identifier, and here print is also an identifier. How? Because in case of keyword, print is in small letter, and here we have made P capital. So now no longer it is a keyword. Now it is an identifier. So you can check your progress using this link. Be safe, be kind to each other. That's all for the today. Thank you so much.